Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is a late night session. This is an interview, and this is a game that we about to play. You ready to play the game, Eva?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, so this is the game. You got to ask me 21 questions about anything. So that's what you need to tally for.
Okay.
And you can go. You can go as random or as cool as you want. You can get heavy if you want. It can. You can work your way up. Just it can be the most random things. But I got. You got to give me two passes.
Give you two. Say that again. Two what?
Two passes. 21 is a lot of questions.
Okay.
All right.
I got you.
Okay, let's go.
First thing. Okay. So hi, I am Rachel Eva, and I am here playing a game with Afi King. Correct? That's how you want.
Kingdom. You just made me feel bad. Like I didn't introduce you right.
King. You did introduce
feel
it right. But yeah, but I wanted to introduce myself because
it's a follow up, so they had already know because see. Go ahead. Now I feel like that helps.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Remember, on my end, it's a little late, so can I bear with me? All right. So, question number 1: what is your favorite social media site? I know you have over 100,000 followers. What is your favorite social media site? We have TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I think there's the other one, that community platform. I can't remember the name. It starts with a C.
But I tell you, was YouTube. That's all I pretty much do. Even if I'm like I watch movies on YouTube. You know, like I ain't had TV in like 5 years. I'm all apps.
Okay.
Like, YouTube is my go-to. You know, and it's kind of cool too. Like being in the sphere, doing content. Like I have friends who make the kind of content that I would listen to anyway if they weren't my friends. Because guess what? That's how I met them. So it's pretty dope. You know
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So speaking of meeting friends online, are you into meeting people online and building relationships, whether if it's male, whether if it's business, whether if it's female, whether if it's business, whether it's personal? How are you, you know, when it comes to meeting people online? Are you, you know, open to meeting people in any capacity, or do you keep it just strictly business?
I'm very open. My best friends are that I met online. You know what I'm saying? And we meet up, we talk. It's cats I talk to every day. It's cats I mentor. You know, I'm in the space now. It's 2022, so I'm putting a cap on it. I'm not letting this go on forever. So I'm gonna say, if we ain't got in the mix connected between now and 2025, you out of there. Unless it's on some other shit, but the journey and the grind part, it has to be that. You know what I mean? Like you can get successful and meet other people. I'm not saying I'm not. Hey, I'm not open to new friends. Look, the music just came on when I did that.
You're not open to friends?
No, I'm not saying I'm not open to new friends, but I'm saying as far as like right now when I'm gonna come up, you know, I wanna meet the people who I want to get rich with. That's what I'm trying to build my tribe right now. So. Male friends, female friends. That's why when you said that, I'm like, I was for real, man. Like even if you know, I still want to know about it. I still like to have options, different ways, and even So I know I'm definitely open. Just I just came from St. Louis from with my brother AV. I met him online doing videos, and that wasn't our first time. So.
Okay, cool. So you open. That's pretty good. Some people aren't because for safety reasons. I know for women we aren't. I know I'm not. At one point I was, as I've grown spiritually and being more connected to Allah, I just feel like I don't want to be susceptible to any other traumas. So I kind of keep it, safe, safe. So
okay, there you have it. Basically.
I'm sorry.
You canceled your Tinder.
I'm what? I'm sorry?
You canceled your Tinder account.
I never had Tinder account.
It was a joke.
I know, but as a disclaimer, I never had a Tinder account. Okay, so how do you keep up with like these social media trends? I know it's very difficult at times. There's like a lot of new music. There's a lot of new templates out there. There's different ways to film and take pictures and address folks. How do you keep up with the trends? How do you keep your follows? How do you maintain that?
You know what? That's a good question. Be quiet before I come over there. Hey, uh, you know what? I'm taking a different route, and what I mean by that is, I really try like my channel, like right now, how we having this type of talk, and this conversation can go 50 different ways. I don't know what you're about to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I can have a panel with 10 people. We chill, you know what I mean? And then I can do a Colombia vlog and just show the food. So what I'm saying is, like, I just try to show people, for one, be transparent and show people how I live. Just because me as a viewer, I would want to see how people live and the type of shit that they do other than talk. So that's one thing. I kind of not try to follow things, man, because I started as an older guy, so I can't just get on here. It'd be a little different if I was the same age, but then I had been doing it for 10 years and I grew into this, you know what I mean? So I got integrity. There's certain little goofy things that I'm not willing to do. So I just try to just be me, and a lot of my following likes me just for that reason, because I'm very honest. I keep it real. I'm raw. I'm uncut. And people tend to like that because there's nothing like that only on the internet. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm a very niche guy,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really. I just try to grow as I'm living my life, man. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so my next question is, because this is question number what, 5 or 4, 5? Yeah, 5.
I thought she was tallying it. See,
It's
now?
5. It's 5. I'm keeping tabs. I'm sorry. It's 5. Okay, so have you had any bad experiences on social media? And if so, how did you resolve them, and how did you sort of manage them and still keep a professional presence?
Shit, man. I didn't have my channel deleted. I didn't have stalkers. I didn't have doxers. I didn't have stupid ass people. I mean, shit. I just deal with accordingly. Some cats you gotta cook. Some cats you gotta block. Some cats you gotta ignore. You know what I'm saying? Like I got all of the weapons on the utility belt. I got hammers for the haters. I got a screwdriver for the skaters. For real, drill their ass, man. I mean, I got something for everybody, and just because I'm a people person, I know that, realistically. You know what? I had a conversation with my friend about a friend the other day, and we had to talk. And basically, what I told him is, you should be like this. And he was like, and I'm like, okay, well, if you go about it this way, it's gonna continue a conversation that you don't want to have, and to me, like, I like to put periods on the end of my sentences. You feel me? So I always say I don't talk. I pretty much make statements that come out of my mouth for the most part. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, how do
That's the high bun. How did I miss the high bun? Oh man, that was my specialty.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. I put that as a thumbnail at first. On the other one, I changed it though. I kind of put some of your personality out there. The vegan was in the title, and the vegan was on the thumbnail. I said, "Boom, let's go with that."
Okay. Yeah, I like the high bun. That's like my go-to when I don't get my hair done, but I'm just comfortable in my own skin, and I want to show my features, my facial features. I think that's like more of my asset, because my mom and my dad together, they were just two beautiful human beings, and they, made me. So I'm proud of that, and I like to display that. I don't wear much makeup, so.
No, you definitely a natural beauty.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Where are your parents?
They're both deceased.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. My father, he gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually, we don't have any elders in the family. It's just like my sister's the oldest elder in the family. We don't have any elders. There's no aunt, uncle, grandpa. There's no one that I can call to kind of like just, pick brains and receive some wise advice. So that's one of the reasons why God called me to the religion, so I can connect with, like-minded people. And hey, if I leave this world alone, then so be it. But I love people. But obviously my goal is to, be in something that's spiritual and be connected spiritually, and that way I can have a companion that I can just talk to on a consistent basis, whether it's praying, whether it's reading, whether it's building, whether it's business, whether it's for fun, whatever it is. That's my goal. So I know I kind of went into that really quick, but as you can see, that's the path that I'm on. When you're in alignment.
I did not tell you. Told you with the cam off, the vibe is different. I told you that. You don't want to believe me about stuff. That's on you. You gotta listen to me sometimes. Statements, remember?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with the flow. So, all right, we're gonna go into our next question. Our next question is do you regularly post, or do you have a scheduled time that you post on your page?
You know what? I usually do about 2 or 3 on YouTube a week.
Okay.
It really depends though. If I do a panel with 10 cats, that's 2 hours. If they run a little long, I let them eat it. No, y'all about to watch this one. I put almost 3 hours into that. You don't get another one for a week.
Right.
But if I give a little 7-1, an 8-1, I'd be okay, y'all can get 2 or 3. But if I give them an hour one, then I'm gonna give them 2. But 2023, I think I'm gonna really focus on Instagram more than YouTube. I was just telling somebody about that. That basically, since I started off, because I wasn't an Instagrammer, you know what I mean? That's just because I started doing content. But I started off listening to content on YouTube, and then I transitioned from a listener to a creator on YouTube. So it's just naturally just for me to fuck with that, go to, but I just seen people come in and kill it on TikTok, kill it on Instagram and YouTube. Even the people that's bubbling, it seemed like they because they got Instagram is popping, so boom, now they branched over like that. But just from the ground up, it seemed like YouTube was harder. And then also too, I'm a network kind of cat, so I got movies that I wrote, and I need these people, man. So I'm gonna need that blue check. 2023, you gonna help me manifest it?
How do I do that?
Your energy.
Oh, sure.
Hell no, I ain't getting shit if that come down to that.
Sure. No, you caught me off guard with that one. I didn't expect that, but yeah.
No, it gotta be
all my friends.
Change up. I had to get the energy from these girls now because you told me sure.
You can get the energy from anyone,
There you go. See what happened?
But I'm a woman, so I can give you off the energy. I can pray for you and pray that you receive all the blessings that is owed to you and given to you. So that's one thing that I can certainly do.
Hey man, you pray for me. That was the best thing I heard. So go ahead and put it on the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I pray for all my friends.
And don't fall asleep when it comes to my part either.
Okay, look. Next question, because we can go on. We have several questions to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, was there any time where you've uploaded a video or you've posted a picture and you felt compelled to delete it? What would be some of the reasons why you would delete something? Because I know sometimes people post stuff, like I have done that in my past, where I posted something and I'm look back and I'm like, wait a second, I'm gonna delete that. So when would be a fair time to say, I'm gonna delete this video, I'm gonna delete this post?
As far as Instagram, I got 2 copyright guideline strikes over there. That's why I could have just been doing pictures and lifestyle shit, because that's why. So I'm waiting for one of them things. Even the ones that I got was so kind of random and stupid that I don't want to risk it, because you get 3, you got to start over. I ain't willing to do all of that, so I'm just gonna wait till January to fall off, and then I get reels and shit back pumping. So since I got that, I got to watch what I say, because I got one of them just from leaving a comment on somebody else's thing. Yeah. And so as far as that, that's when I oh no, I can't say that or whatever. Even the likes and stuff, I didn't hide likes from y'all. I'm hiding likes for myself, because I used to be looking at that shit all the fucking time. That's why I took the shit off. It ain't so y'all can't see. I don't give a fuck about what y'all think. I know that when that shit was up, I would be counting and looking at that shit and kind of check the progress. Turn that shit off, then you can move the fuck on. And that's what I like.
Right.
Just some information for you, Cassie. You think, oh, yeah, you don't show how many likes you get, because I'll look at that shit all the goddamn time. I did it on YouTube too. You know,
Right.
they made you put shit back on, but before that, I turned it off. Not from y'all, because I be counting the shit too. Like, fuck, man, I only got 100 subscribers this week. Man, fuck it. That take up a lot of energy and time when you start really doing that all the time. You know?
Yeah, I felt privy to that as well too, and I tend to stop it because, you know, I never wanted to be like focused on social media. My goal wasn't to be a social media influencer, but if it falls in my lap and it's ordained by God, then so be it. But I don't think I put enough work to be at that top level yet. I don't think I even have the energy to do so. Not saying that I'm against it. It's just that I don't think I have the energy to do that. I'm not. There's so many negatives on social media, and there's also positives. But you know, when you're in a relationship, you know, I don't have the time. You know what I mean? Like my time is first and foremost, I give my time to Allah, and so anything outside of that would be, you know, like family, you know, if I'm in a relationship, so it's like, you know what I mean? But when it's imbalanced and, you know, you can meet a partner who's heavily involved in social media, and then sometimes it can kind of be very distracting, you know? So that's why, like, I'm not really like, social media is not in my top 5 whatsoever. Social media is really like number 8, 9 in my life, you know? I have fun on it, and yeah, I even make myself smile, and I just really have fun.
But let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. So what's your numbers on TikTok? Because I don't do TikTok. I only got 400, so I don't know what yours is. What you got?
I got like 17 to 18,000 followers.
No,
yeah, but I really don't post on TikTok. I just post a little stuff. I mainly use TikTok for my vegan life, you know, post, like, you know, healthy, you know, controversy stuff where people feel like, oh, you eat meat and you shouldn't eat that, and this is where McDonald's food comes from, this is what hot dogs are made from, you know. That's the things that I wanted to focus on with social media, and that's where I'm at. I just love health. My health is number one, you know, in my life, and I want the people around me that I love to also value health.
Is your TikTok the same as your Instagram?
I don't post. No, it's not the same. No. Mm-mm. My followers.
Same name.
Yes, it's the same name. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's Eva_Preneur. Yes.
I might have followed you, but I don't know. Like I don't. Only time I look at it is when I post, and that's it. Because my shit ain't popular. It ain't no reason to. I ain't about to be scrolling. See, just like that, I don't waste fucking time. That's the lesson, players. Don't waste time. I got 400 followers. What the fuck? I need to be scrolling all goddamn day. No, I'm gonna be scrolling if that shit making progress, making some goddamn money. Then we can fuck with it for hours.
Yeah, I don't take that time out on social media like that to be doing that. I get a check every month from social media, but I'm not into it like that, to be honest. I'm really not. Maybe I need to, you know, but if I had like a set outline of how I should do it.
Hold on. You get a check from what? From TikTok, Instagram, what?
Instagram.
Hold on now. Hold on. See, you get to the money. This is the second money lesson in a row. Because I don't get no money from, well, I mean, yeah, I get money from YouTube and shit, but I don't get money from Instagram. What I need to do?
Post reels. So you get money bonus on your reels. So if you get an X amount of views, you know, they pay you.
Oh, you know what? I did that. I did that 1 month, but then it seemed like it ended, and I didn't know it started back again.
Yeah, it starts back. They invite you back. Like they just invited me back. Like they always invite me. I don't know when it is, or I don't look forward to it. I just happen sometimes to sign on, and then I run across the invitation.
I mean, this is what I was gonna ask you. So let's pretend you do a video. Like, let's say, because that's the crazy thing. When we talk about making content, we talk about going viral. We always speak in it in a way like it has to happen when the video comes out, and that's not always the case. You know what I mean? A lot of people think about shit that's old. It could be years old, or it could be 6 months. But we always just think you put it out, boom, it's right there. It don't always happen like that. So,
right, that's true.
How would you feel like if one of your videos went viral? I'm talking about like viral, like you get on what's the thing? Like the View, View, and what was the Ellen? Like, you know, the cats get viral, 20 million, then they get invited over there. What if one of your videos hit for that? How would you handle that?
I would just handle it. I would go with the flow. That's something that, you know, had God had put in my life. Then if Allah wanted that for me, then I'm going with the flow. I'm going to be who I am. I'm not going to be this quote unquote famous individuals that's looking for attention, that's looking for anything in return, I'm just going to go with the flow and just be humble with it. Other than that, a lot of things that go viral, the things that go viral are the things that I'm really not into. Like one of my videos went viral. I have over like almost 5 million views. And that's with the phone ringing and me calling someone that I just pretty much gave the cookies up to, and he didn't answer the phone. So that was something I created in my mind that I came up with. And I have other stuff that I create, but
I was with my baby mama at the time. I couldn't answer.
But yeah, I just, I have fun with it, and I have so many ideas and just creative ideas that I can use, but I just don't implement them right away, and it just takes time. Okay, I just have fun with it.
That was a fire answer, but I don't think you get what I'm asking you. So this is what I'm asking you. I'm going to take a different door. Good commentary, though. Excellent commentary as always. But, okay, this is what I'm trying to ask you. So when you go viral and then you get on these shows, what I'm asking you is, how would you handle it? Meaning, like, would you... No. But I'm saying, would you embrace like the famous shit, or do you feel you're too private of a person? That's what I'm doing.
No, I would embrace it. That's what I said. No, I would only release what I want to release. You know what I mean? So I would embrace it. Absolutely, I would embrace it. Like I said, I would walk in it with being humble, because that's something that Allah put before me. But yeah, I would be humble with it.
Yeah, because everybody say they want it, but they don't even really want it, because you can tell how they deal with just the regular shit. Like, it comes with a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, it does. Long it doesn't, compromise who I am and the things I value in life, I'm all in. But if it does, then I don't want it. My intentions are pure, so, but I'm all in. I don't mind if something goes viral and I can inspire millions of people. That would be amazing to me, because my book and the movie that I, am working on, I'm still working on the script, and I know, I'm just praying for Allah to just take my hands and just help me write it and make it into something that's beautiful. I already have my ending down pat, so I'm just trying to work on the full body. And I know it's coming along because I feel it. I just feel it every day, So that day will come. You
gotta holler at me about that. I'm super icy. I'm already 2 chapters into a book I thought of 2 days ago. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay. So we have to move on, because we're only on question number 8.
I don't know, man, because damn, man, you threw me off. I had something to say.
I'm sorry.
If I can't, then I can't.
I'm sorry, it'll come back to you.
All right,
it'll come back to you. So, okay, if there's one thing you can change about your social media, whether if it's on your YouTube, whether if it's on your TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media platform you want, if there's something that you can change, what would it be?
Shit. Just give me a blue check, so I won't have to want it no more. And we can start the journey today. I got people I need to send messages to and meet. Me and my shit, they ain't getting to them. I'll get to them in person though, but I mean, like, hey, that's what I want. I start tonight. What's up, Snoop? Check it out, Snoop. He gonna be like, who the fuck is this? Boom. I might get a nice little share. That's a level just from that.
Okay.
And so on and so forth.
All right. So, all right. As far as your content on your YouTube channel, because I know you're saying that is your main platform. Mm-hmm. What kind of content works for you on YouTube? Like, where do you see most of your viewership come from?
Whenever I have sex and women in the title.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I mean, it's funny because sometimes I do it just to be funny. And I get the views and the people will be pissed. But I mean, they used to it. I like to poke at people. That's just my little dark humor. I like to just poke at people.
Okay.
I'm 5 years in. The real ones know it.
I got you. All right. What is your... Okay, so being that you are in media, whether it's social media or media, do you have like a favorite film or a genre of film? What is your favorite genre of movies?
I like watching hood movies like Amazon Prime and shit like that, and that's just because I plan on directing my own movies, multiple ones. Like the the book in the back of me, that's meant to be a movie. Like it's, it was all a part of the plan from the gate. That's what I already. You know what? Can we? This is what I wanted. Can we go personal real quick? Because you would consider yourself spiritual or no?
I do.
Would you like real tough? Because I came up with it. Something happened to me, and it happened a repetitive amount of times recently.
Okay.
And maybe you can kind of give me an answer to this, because I'm trying to. It's weird. Like,
okay, let's go. Let's hit it.
okay, so it's like I'm getting ideas from things from my past, but they're not influenced from things from my past. It's like I'm finding out now. Like, for example, like I'm writing this book. It's called Clash of Kings, and it's about two guys. It's about two guys who are rulers of their own world, right? And the history is they're like stepbrothers. All of this stuff. The mom liked this one better, the dad for this one. But the cold part about it is it's based in Roman times, but the only difference is it's Roman times. So just imagine being in Roman times with technology. You know what I'm saying? As far as communication and shit. You know what I mean? So they end up beefing over the woman. Kidnapping happened, and the woman actually falls in love with the cat who took her. Right? But these are two world leaders. Just imagine if Obama had a planet, or USA, and Donald Trump Russia was all his shit. And then but the other part is these cats got powers too. But from little armor that they wear, they're like soldiers. Soldiers become presidents and shit, whatever. But it's like, but not like Superman kind of power, but like Captain America power. Like they can't die, and they can fuck everybody up, but they're not flying and shit like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's also Captain American power. Like nobody can fade them. They can jump higher. They can't die, but it's only two of them, and they beef over the woman. But I had a painting I looked at when I was a kid, and I painted that shit. And I'm like, and then it happened with something else. It's like just things that I'm doing right now, just like the podcast, and I wonder how I want to do it. Like this is something that I thought of like when I was 20 years old, but it's not like I've been pursuing it up until now. I don't even know how I got. I mean, I know how, but I just happened to kind of get in it, and it just like a tree branch went to the right. And now I'm kind of doing just like the books. Like I had already been writing books before I started YouTube, but 2017, 2016, there wasn't no self-publishing. You had to so I didn't know what to do with them. So when I got on, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I don't know. It's just like, so the best way I could say is like how things come kind of from your past, just reoccur in your future. But I don't know, like, I don't know. Maybe you know better than me, because I know what I'm trying to say, but it's like the past connecting with the future. But okay, boom, fire. That's why I like fire energy. I got the whole solution right now. Okay. This is what it's like. It's like your past meeting in your future without the journey. You see, because so it's easy for things in your past, and then you take the journey, and that's your future. But that's not what I mean. It's like things will just reoccur from my past that wasn't a part of the journey.
Okay.
You feel me? So that's the question.
That's the question.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you like? Like, what do you? How do you feel? Like, what do you think that is, or can you relate? Like,
Can I what?
Like, what do you think that is, or could you relate, or what do you think about it?
Well, okay, what I think about it seems like you're saying like it's almost like you go back into time to meet your older self, your younger self. Is that what you're meaning?
And see, I got a book called what is it? Keys to Your Future Self. I mean, and that kind of just came from us talking. I wouldn't even it just happened right there. You said some shit. You don't even know about my fucking book, but you just said the title of it. By us talking, see some weird shit.
Right. There you go. Yeah, but my thing is,
it's the white one right there at the top.
I see it on the right, top right. But that's what I'm saying. So it's like that's kind of the way I interpreted what you said. I know that I met my younger self, and that's what inspired me actually to write a letter to my younger self, because I have dealt with trauma. I wrote a letter to myself, and I always encourage people to write a letter to your younger self, because you yourself have the tools to heal your younger self. And no one around at that time was there to protect you as a child. And a lot of your trauma and your triggers, when you experiencing those triggers, it takes you back to your younger self. Wherever that trauma started, that trigger will take you back to that younger self. So that's why I always I read that letter to myself quite often. I keep it on my phone. I read it to myself. Sometimes I read it to my younger self before I go to bed. I just want to heal her. And the only time I'm going to get to heal her is when, I move on, I pass on, and, and our souls will, be pretty much like, I can't even say become one, because she's stuck there because of that trauma. And that's why, like, child abuse and child trauma, even adult trauma, any type of trauma is very important to get professional help. So you have the tools to be able to move on and get through it, because you're never healed. You go through a healing process forever until you pass on, and then everything is removed, and God takes you under his wing, and you become the angels for the people you love. Yeah. So I think you should write a letter to your younger self.
I want to say three things real quick. I'm going to say three things in 2 minutes. So the first thing is, for the listeners that's listening to it now, y'all should put a fire sign in the chat, because she's dropping some heavy game. And another thing, bonus one, I'm going to do that. I'm going to write a letter to my child. So I did something similar to that, but I just know that I would get a lot from that. I just know I would, because I got a lot. So what I did was, I wrote a letter to my father, because I don't remember him. He passed when I was 3. So I don't have, I got like 2 or 3 memories of him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, but I never thought about doing it to myself. So I kind of want to see what I would say to myself. And so I know that's going to garner some thoughts that I never had. So shout out to you. Secondly, I got to use you as a casualty, listeners too. See, this is why. And because these cats always be drilling me and stuff about I don't like the young girls and I'm missing out and shit. And I'm like, no, I like ladies. This is why I like ladies, bro, because a 25-year-old can't talk like this, bro. It's impossible. She doesn't know anything. She hasn't lived enough. She don't know. Eva's been through ups and downs. Like, they haven't even made it through the whole little path yet, the little pipe. They still in the middle of the pipe. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So that, just to let you know. But maybe I don't care about that. I do, so never mind. let me step outside of myself. Y'all might not give a shit, but I
right.
So yeah, that's it. That was 3 things right there, right? Boom, 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 and we approach it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So are we moving on to the next question?
Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
Children, as far as like kids and children, how do you feel about, maybe dating someone with children, or would you just prefer to have children of your own?
I went through a real harsh time where I really wanted to be a father. I really was like, ooh, I'm gonna be a good ass dad. I'm gonna be showing my little punker everything. He gonna be 6. I'm gonna teach him about credit, Bitcoin, and he gonna play all sports and know 5 different languages. I got obsessed with those ideas. Because for whatever reason, I was convinced I was having a junior. Like, that wasn't even if I was having I just told myself that's what it was gonna be. And so I had those type of feelings. And I don't know, when I hit about 35, got my dogs and shit. Well, one of my dogs at the time. And then my niece had my nephew. I was dealing with him, and it kind of, being around the baby. I was like, man, it's a lot of work. It's more than just changing diapers and making bottles. Like, I'm an energy person, and I didn't realize how much energy it took. So it taught me that, man, if I was to go that route, like, I won't say I would just be married, but I gotta be in a fire ass relationship. I don't want to be no single weekend dad.
Yeah.
That is not my vibe. Not even like with him. Like, I remember, like, before he started walking and shit, like, we went to see my mother, and he was crawling. As soon as I'm talking about the day we came home, he would start walking. He's like, damn, man, you just missed. As soon as we come home, you started walking. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying, you missed 2 weekends. Your kid might got a whole new hairstyle, a whole little vibe different. You know, like, nah, I want to be in the house with mine. So, as far as dating women with kids, older kids, I don't really mind at all. Younger kids, sometimes I could be a little funny with it, but if the woman is really vibing and she's not giving me no reason to complain, then I'll roll with it. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not jumping into a father situation, but it ain't gonna affect the way I deal with her. You know what I mean? If that would happen down the line, it is, but I don't need to test it first. I want to enjoy the woman for as long as I can before that's incorporated.
Right.
Because I don't have no kids, so it's nothing on my end.
You said wait. You said you don't want any kids?
No, I said I don't have any kids.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to do anything on my end. Like, oh, I hope my kids vibe with your kids. How old is yours? How old? Mine is 7 and 9. You know, my shit is 0. If you like pets, if you don't like pets, then we out because I got 2 of them. So that's the deal breaker. You like dogs? I hate dogs, but we can't fuck. I mean, what we supposed to do now? I ain't getting rid of the dogs for no dating.
Okay.
Yeah. But just a full circle though, I feel like I'm gonna be one of those older dads. Like I'm not focused on it right now. I feel like once I get all of my goals, I think I'm gonna be about 50. And not even to say it's gonna take that long, but when I accomplish things that I want to do now, it's gonna make me want to do other things. So I gotta get those goals too. So I say at 50, I'll be wrapping it up at the least. So, if I want to be free, I can just kind of date who I want. And if I want to have a kid and money ain't a problem, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a teacher. I know how to deal with kids for real. Like I've been trained for this shit. Like beyond me reading psychology books to being my personality, being authoritative, being loving and caring, like all of that. I've trained too. I got to do CPR. I don't care about that, but the district do.
Okay. All right. So next question. All right. What is your favorite food?
I gotta just say one.
One. Your favorite food.
I'm gonna say fried lobster tails. I can kill those.
Okay. Next question. I don't even want to talk about that. Yuck.
Oh yeah, you're vegan.
What's your favorite sport?
I say basketball. Okay. Basketball. I like wrestling too, but some people wouldn't consider that a sport. I do, but
wrestling is a sport.
Well, I say wrestling.
Okay.
Because I like wrestling, the psychology of it as well. So I don't get the psychology. I mean, but the basketball does have it too. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. What's your favorite song?
Beautiful Ones, Prince. I also have to say my other ones though. I like Night Falls to Egypt. Jones Girls, and I like Norman Collins, my Starship.
Okay. Your favorite book?
Conversations with the Souls by me.
Okay. Alicia Keys or Mary J. Blige?
Shit, can I say none of them? Wait, okay, what are you talking about? Like cute or like?
You gotta pick one. No, singing.
I mean, Alicia Keys, that's tough. Alicia Keys sing better, but if I had to choose like what songs I want to listen to, I'd go with Mary J.
Okay.
So I go with Mary J as far as just songs and catalog, and then I go with Alicia Keys as far as talent. But hold on, because I want to drop some books other than mine, because I always want people to read. So I'm gonna give y'all that is my favorite book, but I want to give y'all a few of my influences and shit. So
I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. Okay.
Go ahead in the future, then. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got you. All right. So if you were to, I'm gonna make that the next question then. All right. So if there was something you wanted to tell your followers, if you wanted to share something with them as far as like your books, like you said, what would be like the most notable that you feel that your followers can get knowledge out of?
I got a 40 book count when I'm done. I'm working on multiple projects at a time. Okay. But it's basically what's happening is I got one big ass book called Masters. Okay. And each one of these books is a chapter for it. You know, so this you see I flipped an idea from my father. So what my father did for me is he died of cancer, so he knew he was dying. He didn't get shot in the club or no bullshit like that. He was an intellectual Renaissance cat. Trust me, that's where I get it from. So he was that kind of cat. But I would say, hold on, my dog's pulling me out. Cool. God damn it, man. The books. So boom. So it's like all one thing. Okay, boom, fast forward. So what my father did was when he was passing away, he would write me letters for each birthday that I had. So 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 21. And each of the letters, it matched what was going on. So like 15 driving, 16 sex. That's when I started too. So he was in the future because that's when all of that. So then I said, boom. So if something were to happen to me, I just like a lot of shit. So like the children's books would be the first one. And then after that, then you get into the motivation, the inner game shit, the Key series. And then after that, like the dating parts would come third. And then after that, then you get introduced to travel. I have travel series. And then after you learn about that, then you get a crossword. Like you want to learn dark game type of shit, or do you know enough? If you take the dark game, then I got a whole series of shit that way. You don't go that way, okay, I can be back to the relationship side. So it's like one whole thing, it's like that I'm working on at once. You know what I mean? Like every book that I write ties into every book in which way I tie them in. So yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I would, but as far as readers, as author, I want people to put respect in my range because y'all don't understand how hard this shit is to do. Because nobody can do what I do. There's no author that hit this many lanes as me. That even the ones who I'm really doing some LeBron James to Michael Jordan shit. I hope y'all. Even this is what I want to say. People don't understand this because they don't know you outside of this. You know what I mean? Like, if there was somebody who put a meme out and somebody said somebody wrote 40 books a year and he wasn't somebody from YouTube, you'll be like, damn. But since it's me, y'all think I'm cocky and shit, it's not a big deal. Like, this is hard to do, bro. I got books where I'm talking about relationships. Then I got books that's stories. Then I got books, I got a biography shit, kid shit. Then books on how to travel, how to do hella shit, sculpting books. There's nobody who's done that before. I didn't get that inspired from nobody. I'm the first to do it. So in 5 or 10 years, these podcasts don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not really working to the point where it seemed like that's all I was doing. But y'all see, I'm living life. I'm out here meeting people, traveling, at the same time doing all this book shit. That's motivation. So that's what my vibe is. Because everything that I say I'm gonna do, I say it to the people listening, right? I want y'all to keep hold me accountable, and y'all lose every time, and sometimes it come even faster. So I'm doing it on purpose. Like I want people to learn to be who the fuck they are. That's why I do YouTube, because I am who the fuck I am, and some people like it, and some people don't. And guess what? The people who love it fucking love it, right? And then what happens is they get my energy and they become their versions of what I am to them. And we spread that around. So that's my purpose.
Okay. Sounds good. That sounds good. I mean, I hope that your followers take heed to what you're saying and take that information and apply it to whatever it is that they want to accomplish in their life, especially when it comes to sharing their story. All right, so we're gonna move on. Are you an introvert or extrovert?
I'm really an introvert. I'm just so tapped into my energy that I can appear to be an extrovert and I'm not. I always tell people who start YouTube, there's a lot of people hit me up, how do you start? How do you get followers? How do you network? How do you get interviews, cameos, blah, blah, blah. I always tell them, go look at my first video. My first video, I was talking in the dark with Silhouette because I just wasn't comfortable with my message being out there and just how people was gonna take it, or just people seeing who I was.
Right.
And some people were like, how this, we got the camera off, so either the camera's off or the camera's on. So I said, I'm gonna do it in between. I'm gonna show you I'm a real person. Like, you know, like Unsolved Mysteries, when the cats come on there, they don't want to reveal it. I was doing that type of shit.
I see.
Yeah. Some old silhouette talking and shit.
I see. Mm-hmm.
But when you hear how I talk, I'm very comfortable now, so you wouldn't even know I came from that unless you've been fucking with me that long.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. What?
Period. I'm saying I just period. I'm a totally different cat, man.
Okay. Now, when would you say? Now I have maybe 10 more minutes, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it's 10 o'clock here on Eastern time. All right. When would you say? Okay, when you meet somebody, when would you say is the right time for you to tell yourself, you know, this is the woman I want to be with, this is who I want to marry? When do you say this is it? Like, how far do you say I'm going to give it a few years? Do I have to live with this person? Like, when will you know that this woman is the woman that you want to marry? And when will you pop the question?
When a woman make me feel like everything I ever felt plus more, and I done felt a lot, so that ain't gonna be no easy task. And I don't even mean it in a sexual way for these nasty people. I mean it in all the way. I mean, people always talk about body counts and shit. It's just about dealing with people. I've dealt with so many.
You know, and let's talk on the body count thing, because I know people say that a lot. You know, and it's so sad and disappointing when people say that about women, because women, we make ourselves vulnerable for men at times. And that term vulnerable can be used in many different ways, and it can be interpreted many different ways. But the way I'm using it is meaning open themselves up to a man that they feel that is the quote unquote one. And there's a lot of times when men, they introduce women to that representative, and that's not who they truly are. And they'll put on this facade that they're just this wonderful guy, this amazing guy in the first few months of the relationship. You know, you have sex, and then you think everything's exclusive, and then you start to see little details of who they truly are. Whether if it's they don't have, let me think out loud. Then it's like, they start to feel like now they can relax. The man can relax. So now that representative is slowly fading away, and then you start to see the true individual. So now this woman, she gave herself up to him, gave him her body, her mind, and her, open up her life to this man. And that now that's one body count. But now you've meeting multiple men over the years where you feel that you've been comfortable in that space at that time to open yourselves up. So now that body count is growing. You know what I mean? And, and then you look back and you're like, okay, well, I was with blah, 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 this person, that person, this person, they opened themselves up. Well, I thought they was the one, So, and it's funny because I go back to that 90-day rule that, the silly movie that came out with, and I don't mean to say silly, but, it was all planned with Steve Harvey's book in the movie. I don't remember the name. But,
Think like a man.
I'm sorry?
Think like a man.
Yes, think like a man, act like a woman. I don't really agree with that, because there's certain things like, women, we got to maintain our feminine energy, and we have masculine energy by default, because, we are moms, we are cheerleaders, we are whatever to our kids, to our husbands. We are, kind of like super mom. So with that being said, that gives us that masculine energy when we're going out to get stuff. We're in our feminine energy when we're ready to receive, when that man is allowing you to just receive, and you're sitting back and receiving. A lot of times us women, we think that we got to be aggressive in sex, aggressive in this. I got to do this. I'll pay for this. I'll do that. You know what I mean? And that takes away from our feminine energy, which also pushes the man away. So I'm saying when we talk about body count, we're deceived. And when it comes to sex, because sometimes the men, they really just want sex. You know what I mean? They want to be committed to that one sexual individual, because they don't want to be with different women. It's not about they want to grow and they want to love. They just want to have that one sexy woman. You know what I mean? But because then you look at the other details surrounding that, and the actions don't really add up. You know what I mean? But in the bed, everything is hot and steamy. But the actions, it just doesn't quite, aren't quite aligned. and you notice that the social media is like they're focused. You know what I mean? They like the attention from the women, the men, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like you can tell and see where people's focus are. You know, because social media is like the major platform in so many people's lives. You know what I mean? They wake up, they go on social media. They go to sleep, they're on social media. They're on the phone with people and they're on social media. You don't have no one's 100% attention anymore because social media just draws them so much. And it's so sad. And I hate today's world because, and I know hate is a strong word, but everybody's mind is captured by social media. I can't have a conversation with people without them being on the phone with on social media. You know what I mean? It is sad. And it's like, I got to accept that reality, you know, or set my boundaries and be like, okay, well, you know, I'll call you back or we'll talk when you're ready to have a conversation. But you don't want to be petty and nagging like that. But it is what it is. It's frustrating when you go back and look. So, but that being said, that body count is growing when you meet that. You know what I mean? Because now you're moving on to next man and he has his representative. And again, you're back to the floor in that cycle. You understand what I'm saying?
You didn't tell me you was coming to teach. Why you didn't tell me first?
I'm sorry. That's just who I am. You know, I'm a coach. I'm a coach by nature. So
I'm a teacher by trade.
And a teacher. Mm-hmm.
Trade coach. But we not
you know what? That's what coaching is. Coaching is you teach. You know what I mean? You uplift people and you find what the good in people and you help them to see the good in themselves so that they can be this successful individual, whether if it's in business, whether if it's a friendship, relationship, on the basketball court, football field, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like that's what that coach does. You motivate them, you educate them, you show them where they are successful. That's what I'm great in doing.
You're a good teacher. Let me ask you this: what your dogs be doing? What your pets be doing? Because my pet's always fucking with me. You got pets too. I don't hear them doing nothing with you. Where you?
My dog is not allowed in my. Every now and then I let him in my room. So I'm in my room, close the door, and he has his space. He has a whole box of toys that is downstairs by the front door. He gets to go take his toys out, play with it. He sometimes carry it back to that area, not back in the box, but you know he knows how to entertain himself.
I guess I got two Hulus because guess what? Even if I was to put them in a room with the door, my shit I don't have no door. It's open space. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna hear two little dogs scratching the hell out the door and they can do it for long period. It amazes me. They can do it for long periods of time. I just be trolling their ass like, let me see how long they can go. And then it's over. Here they go. Like, damn, I ain't getting tired. I guess you know what? I figured it out because it's them trolling me, trying to get my attention, but them kind of compete with each other. Right. They all little competition on top of them getting my shit. You know?
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna have to do a part 2 because we didn't finish all the questions, and it is like my bedtime is knocking at the door.
It's all good. Let him in.
No, not let him in. My bedtime, meaning it's time for me to shut the lights down. Well, actually, I'm my 10 o'clock. I'm gonna probably fall asleep on a Dallas game because I'm looking forward to watching Dallas. You know, and so that's where I'm at right now.
All right. Well, tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, everyone. Again, you can find me on Instagram at Eva_preneur, like entrepreneur, EVA_PRENEUR. And you can also find me on TikTok. I don't post that much on TikTok, but I do have some funny and fun stuff on TikTok that you might want to look at, and some interesting things about veganism and some healthy food tips or whatever. So those 2 platforms. Eventually, I'm going to have a YouTube. If that's
why you heard me pause. About to interrupt you. That's why I was about to ask. Do you see yourself having like a podcast and having these conversations?
I would. Yes, I actually would love a podcast. I would love to do a podcast. I mean, that's one of my short-term goals to be a part of a podcast.
What will be the lead? Sports, conversation?
Just overall everything, any conversation. I think I can hold my own when it comes to an eclectic type of conversation. I can speak about sports. I can football, basketball. I can talk about relationships. I can talk about anything, especially sexual abuse, healing process. I can talk about motherhood. I can talk about being a grandmom. I can talk about, life growing up without having your dad, growing up with, dealing with trauma and issues pertaining to your parents. I mean, there's a lot that I can share that I have to offer them.
No, I'm aware of that, but what I'm saying is like, how would you package it?
Just different topics, you know, just
Like
different topics. Just
I'm
like
saying, package the brand, and then if you have all that incorporated, but what does it look like to the outside?
I'll just come up with a name, you know what I mean, a basic name, you know what I mean, that's, you know, pretty much, you know, inviting and attractive. And then I would just have like different series with different topics. Because I think most podcasts, if it's not just sports solely or relationships, a lot of podcasts, you know, you have like an overall understanding of different topics.
Because Afi is my name, and Afi King, that's what I was always on my
Afi King.
Yeah, the Kingdom shit came on accident. I used to, when I first started doing videos before podcasts, I would do the uploads, like videos in the car, you know, that type of shit.
Oh, okay.
And I would say, you know, hey, this is Afi King. Welcome to Afi's Kingdom, which is all of y'all. And then, you know, when I did interviews, people would just, Afi Kingdoms, and then Afi King. Then I was just like, fuck it, y'all keep saying it. I just keep it.
Okay.
So that happened on accident. It was supposed to be Afi King. Y'all maybe add the whole thing together. But it's like they did me like the New York crossing the street over.
Right. Okay.
All right, man. Well, appreciate y'all for listening. Y'all make sure y'all drop a comment what resonates with you. Follow the links. Y'all have a good night.
Absolutely, and you have a wonderful night. Good night, everyone.